What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV and it's finally here. The Samsung Galaxy A80. You might remember that I did a quick hands-on of this at the launch event back in April and it was supposed to release in May. It's July now and we finally have it in-house. This is the brand new mid-range smartphone from Samsung powered by the Qualcomm Snapdron 730 chipset and it's got some pretty cool features. Comes in at around £600 here in the UK. If you want to pick this up, I'll leave a link in the description below to Clove Technology where I've got this from. Let's get straight to the unboxing. Right, so picture here of the A80 and let's get it outside of the box. This is the black version that I have here. It's also available in a few different color options, a gold as well as a silver, white sort of color. You can see some of the key features on here already. It's got the new Infinity Display, rotating camera, as well as super fast charging. Let's see what else we get inside the box. Right, so inside the box, you do get a SIM card ejector tool, you get some paperwork, a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Now, traditionally, you do get USB Type-A to USB Type-C, but we do have USB-C on both ends, and that should mean faster transfer speeds, but also faster charging. And we have a super fast charger here. This is a 25-watt supercharger, so that's faster than what we've got on the S10s. That's really cool. And finally, we also have some earphones. Now, these earphones are USB Type-C, and of course, that means that the A80 does not have a 3.5mm jack. So it is nice that they've at least included some USB Type-C earphones. You also get some spare ear tips with this as well. Now let's get to the phone. It does look very, very slick and premium. Some plastic at the back. And we also have some plastic at the front, but it looks like we do have a pre-applied screen protector. So I'm going to be careful in taking out only the outer layer. There we go. Nice. So yes, we do have a pre-applied plastic screen protector, which is always a nice touch. And this has a flat display, so you should pretty easily be able to get a glass screen protector as well if you'd like. Right, now let's take a closer look at the Samsung Galaxy A80. And the first thing we do need to talk about is this display. This is what Samsung is calling the new Infinity Display. And this is the first display of this kind from Samsung. So we've got no notch, no punch outs, and this has a very high screen to body ratio. This is a Super AMOLED display, 6.7 inches, and it has a full HD plus resolution. Looks absolutely stunning. Now, one thing you might be thinking is 6.7 inches. So it is definitely a very large display and it's quite a large phone as well. Let's quickly compare it to the S10 Plus and the S10 5G. And here you can see that not only is the A80 larger than the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, remember this is the Plus version, not the regular S10, but it's also larger compared to the S10 5G, which is already quite a large device. So the A80, a big phone, and that's something to bear in mind. It's also 220 grams, so it's pretty heavy too. Right, now most of you guys will already know that the reason why we don't have a notch or a cutout is because the A80 has a little party trick, and the rear-facing cameras are the same as the front-facing cameras, and that's because we have a pop-up rotating camera module. Let's check this out. So as soon as you switch on the front-facing camera, this pops up and rotates. So a very interesting implementation, quite different to what we see on lots of other devices. Right, so what cameras do we have? Well, there's a primary 48 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture. Then we have an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera with an f2.2 aperture and around 123 degree angle of view. And finally, we have a 3D depth camera with an f1.2 aperture. And this is gonna help with depth information, not just for images, but for video too. Now remember, because this is a pop-up rotating camera module, you are gonna be getting the same rear-facing cameras for the front-facing cameras, and that includes the ultra-wide, which is definitely quite cool. And also rear-facing cameras, you've got better quality, you've got up to 48 megapixels, and this means that selfies should be really good. I really want to test this out. If you want to see a SuperSaf style camera comparison of the Samsung Galaxy A80 versus another device, definitely let me know which device you'd like me to compare this to, and I'll try to get onto that as soon as possible. For the build, very premium indeed. We've got a metal frame with glass panels on the front and back. The front is flat, but the back is curved, which makes this a little bit more comfortable to hold. We don't have any water and dust resistance rating, of course, because of that rotating camera module. And how durable this will be, I'm not sure. We're gonna have to wait for my buddy Zach from Jerry Rig Everything to do a durability test. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be generally okay, And let's just have a look at if the camera module goes back if we drop the phone. So the camera module is out right now. Okay, it did have a little bit of a pause. That might be because this module does come out a little bit. Does take a little bit longer compared to other pop-up cameras because you've got the pop-up as well as the rotate. Once again, I'm not a durability tester, so we'll have to see how this fares over time. Now, as mentioned towards the beginning, this is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 chipset. So we don't have the flagship 855 chipset. However, the 730 is very, very capable and should be absolutely fine for most people in terms of general day-to-day usage as well as gaming. If you want to see how this does in terms of gaming, my buddy Thunder E from Bored at Work has done a gaming video on the A80, and I'm going to be linking that video in the cards and in the description so you can check that out. We do have 8 GB of RAM with 128 GB of storage. Now, you can't expand that storage, so this is one of the first times Samsung is not including expandable storage. And as mentioned earlier on, we also do not have a 3.5mm jack. So let's take a look around the device. At the bottom, you'll see that we've got a USB Type-C input. We do have the SIM card tray, and then we've got a bottom firing speaker. Now, this is a single bottom firing speaker, so you don't get stereo sound, although you do have Dolby Atmos support. On the right-hand side, we've got a power button. On the left-hand side, we've got the volume buttons. And at the top, we don't have anything apart from a secondary mic, and that is because we've got this pop-up rotating camera module. Now, we do have an in-display fingerprint scanner, which does seem to work pretty well. As far as I'm aware, this is an optical in-display fingerprint scanner, not an ultrasonic one like we've got the S10 and S10 Plus. So it's not going to be as fast or accurate as those devices, but nevertheless, it does work really well. Inside here, we do have a 3700 mAh battery. Unfortunately, there's no wireless charging, but we do have 25-watt fast charging, which is definitely really good. And how long this battery is going to last on day-to-day usage, of course, I'm going to have to let you know. And finally, for software, we do have Android Pie with One UI on top. Now, One UI is definitely one of my favorite skins on Android. It's very clean. It's very good for one-handed usage. It brings everything down to a more reachable position, which is going to be even more important because of this very large 6.7-inch display. And there's also a dark mode that runs across the theme, which I really, really like. So there we have it, guys. That is the Samsung Galaxy A80 unboxing and detailed first look. What do you guys think of this? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And also let me know if there's any further coverage that you'd like me to do with this going forward. In terms of my first impressions, this does look like a very promising device coming in at this price point. I'm very interested to see what the cameras are like, especially considering that you're going to be getting the rear-facing cameras as the front-facing cameras as well. Of course, there's going to be lots more coverage here on the channel, so make sure you have subscribed and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any further coverage. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV. I'll see you next time.